Scarlet and Violet cards are finally here, guys. The entire base set for Scarlet and Violet has been revealed in Japan today. Welcome to Generation 9. My name is Rahul Reddy. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at the cards in this new set and see if there's any cool mechanics for us to explore. Some of the new cards that will be revealed in America. I think at the end of March will be our first set. These sets are going to be releasing in Japan on Friday, January 20th. So they're finally coming out. We've already seen some of the alt arts on the channel. And we're going to look at some of these newer, spicier cards. And we're going to have a bunch of 198 card big set. So there's going to be more stuff coming in. But this will be a lot of the primary cards. So let's take a look. We're going to look at some of the arts, look at some of the cards. I'm just going to scroll through real quick. If you guys are like, oh, Rahul, please pause, please pause. We're gonna just come down to it. Don't worry. It's on PokeBeach.com. You guys can find these here. PokeGuardian.com as well has them. And we're going to look through them. So we're going to look, immediately there's a Cacnea who's vibing. He's got the ability counter attack needles. If this Pokemon is your active and damaged by an opponent's attack, put 3 damage counters on the attack Pokemon. Nothing to write home about. Usually basics don't have like any crazy abilities. It's usually their evolutions. And look, this Cacturn just comes up with the same counter attack needles ability. Unfortunately, the attack itself is not very good for 3 colors, 110, meaning this card is probably going to be binder fodder for as long as it exists. Let me fix the camera a little bit. We're going to see the Skidoo in the city. Nothing to write home about with the card. If the attacks aren't like special, I'm just going to skate past it, but we're going to look at some of the arts. We've got the Go-Goat above the cliff. Also, all these cards, as you can expect, are from the Scarlet and Violet video game. So if you guys haven't played it, there will be spoilers ahead. Keep that in mind as we're moving forward. There might be some new Pokemon you've never seen before. Yeah, so good luck. Go-Goat is nothing crazy either. We have a Smoliv here, one of the newer Pokemon in this generation, just chilling. And there's another Smoliv as well, so 2 Smolivs with the arts. Both attacks are nothing crazy. We've got a Dolliv with the Oil Pour attack, Grass Colorless, during your opponent's next attack. Depending tries to attack. Defending Pokemon, attack doesn't happen. Okay, that's okay. And then we have the Arboliva, a stage 2. So usually stage 2s will have a decent attack or ability. So Arboliva has Fill Oil. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. Interesting, but I don't know if that's necessarily great on a stage 2. I guess you could pair it with some sort of an EX that's big and bulky to kind of continue to heal it. I'll scroll to make it easier for you guys instead of using my mouse. We've got a Torkoal. 80 for each fire attached for heads. That's a big commitment for 130 HP little guy, so I wouldn't do it, but it's kind of cheeky. We have Charcadet. 2 Charcadets coming into the mix. One with 16, one with 70 HP, so it's kind of the pick your basic, optimal basic kind of idea. And we have an Armarouge. Armarouge is an evolution for Charcadet. The other one is Cerulege, I believe. Fire Alarm is often doing your like. You may move a fire from your bench to your active. That's actually really good. I don't really know what Fire Toolbox decks exist at the current moment, but this could be really, really good to kind of pivot around in a Fire Toolbox deck. I think Armarouge is going to be a card you should pick up and put to the side. We have Magikarp, and EXs are back, as you guys know. It looks like Terrestrial says they don't take any bench damage. 3 water for 100, 3 water and 2 colors for 180, and does 180 30 of damage on them. So I guess you can Zigzagoon. Oh no, Zigzagoon's gone. Huh. I guess you can find a way to do damage and then do that, but that's 5 energy for 3. That's a lot. That's a lot of work. I don't know if this card is good, but yeah. Buizel, look at him. He's the star of the show. And there's going to be a Floatzel as well. 50 plus 20 for each water. Nothing crazy here. God, dude. Bruxish. Get 3 basic energy cards. Wiglet is one of our new Pokemon here. It's like Paldean Diglett, I guess is the best way to put it. It's got flip a coin if nothing. And then we've got another Digabit. On the other Wiglet, flip a coin of heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Wugtrio. Okay, funny story for you guys. The first time I saw a Wugtrio in the game, I didn't know that it wouldn't be white. So I saw this pink guy, and I got really excited because I thought it was a shiny. Yeah, I freaked out for like all of 3 minutes until I got it. And then I was like, what? Okay. Sea Tunneling for 3. Flip 3 coins for each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Usually discard cards like this have an attack for double colorless because double colorless energy in some form or capacity has been reprinted, but this one is triple colorless, which makes it significantly worse, and it's a stage 1, so mill strategies don't even work as well. Dondozo has Vent Wrath, 50 damage for each Tatsugiri in your discard pile, 160 HP basic, very bulky. you can, I guess, do 200 damage for a double colorless, or I think Twin is gone, so DTE is the only thing we have left, which is still really good. 180 for this could be really, really good, actually. Heavy Splash you're probably never using, but you can do a deck where you get the Tatsugiri, put them into your discard. Tatsugiri lets you put the basic waters on your board, but you don't need that. I think you could just use the double turbos and accelerate with that and play like Raihan and stuff, and then just go from there. Greninja for acceleration, discards in some capacity. That could be a really cool combination of cards. Wattrel, 2 Wattrels and a Kilowattrel. It's the bird of this generation. Watt and kilowatts, if you guys didn't figure that out already. Skill dive, 50 to one of your opponent's bench. Thunder Blast, 140, nothing crazy. Ralts is back as well. We've already seen the Gardevoir. I think we've already seen the Ralts line. Ralts, Curlia, and Gardevoir. Gardevoir is very, very good. Psychic Embrace is absolutely broken, bonkers. As often as you like during your turn, you may touch a basic Psychic from your discard pile on your Pokemon, or Psychic Pokemon if you do 2 damage counters, which is crazy because, like, it says as often as you'd like. That's nuts. And then 190 with the attack. So this is going to be an absolutely broken card. Be ready for it, I guess. Drifloon and Dribflim are both really good. Spread Curses, 8 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon whenever you like. That's good, but 3 Psychic is no bueno. I think 1 Psychic would still make this bad but playable. But 3 Psychic just seems really excessive. What are we trying to stop here, Pokemon? Dedenne has the Energy Bite. That's a goofy looking art. That's goofy. That's a goofy mouse. Energy Bite 30, discard a card. I don't know why, dude. He's like squaring up right here, I feel like, you know? Fido is one of the newer Pokemon as well. Fido the puppy, and another Fido as well. So we get 2 Fidos in our base set. Psychic type. I don't actually know the types in the game. I'm not going to lie. And then we have the Dachshund, which has the prevent all damage on its Pokemon. Fire type Pokemon can't be burned. Interesting ability. I don't know if Dachshund will ever see play, however. We have 2 Flittles here into an Espathra. Espathra is a homie. I like this guy. Insight. Look at the Can't Retreat next turn. Psychic, 30 plus 50 for each energy. Again, 3 energy cost attacks have never been very strong in the Pokemon TCG, unless they are one-shotting, so not big on this one. Meditite and Medicham. Medicham has to choose one of your opponent's active attacks. They can't use it. Not great. Kickshot is 90, and if Tails nothing, this is terrible. Oh my god. That's just terrible. Vengeful Knuckles from Lucario says 30 plus 120 if you're fighting Pokemon or knocked out last turn. That's actually pretty decent, but Accelerating Stab is very difficult to pull off, so you're kind of playing a return strategy deck. I don't know where this would work, but maybe it's decent. Sandile, I like this art. This is cool. Crocodile, this guy's vibing outside the city. And then we have a Crocodile. No, that's Croc, and then Crocodile on the beach. He's got Voracious Bite. Voracious Bite 50, flip a coin through the tails. For each heads, discard an active energy, and then 180 for Earthquake. It's cool. It's a stage 2 again. Hawlucha, this card's going to be absolutely brokenly good. Flying Entry is when you play this card from your hand onto your bench. You may choose 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, put 1 damage card on each of them. Now, note this says bench Pokemon specifically, so it's not directly an upgrade from Zigzagoon. Besides the 2 damage counters, so you can't hit the active with Flying Entry. And also note that you cannot use Scoop Up. There's no Scoop Up Net. So Hawlucha is like a one-time use card in a lot of situations, so you have to really decide, is it worth the spot. Zigzagoon was really good because you had 4 Scoop Up Nets to play in any deck with it, really. Silly Cobra and Sandaconda are both existing. Sandaconda says 3 fighting and a colorless, 2 energy discard, and then they shuffle all their active Pokemon and all cards into the deck. It's funny. It's not good, but it's funny. We've got Cloth, one of the new best Pokemon in this generation. We've got a Crab. I love crabs. 130 for 3 fighting. Absolutely terrible. We've seen Great Tusk before. Great Tusk is not special either. It's just a big beater with the fighting type attached to it. But 3 fighting for 250 is not bad. Doing 50 to yourself is bad. Yeah, you can use cards. I think there's a lot of fighting support already in the format, so we can kind of slot this in somewhere. Koraidon is really good. Dino Cry, you may attach 2 basic fighting from your discard to one of your basic fighting in any way you like, and then your turn ends. This card can be really, really strong, and for fighting colors, you do 220. This card will probably almost certainly see play. Koraidon EX will be really good. We got Grimer, and we got Muk. Muk's got an ability. I was going to say it's got to be poison for something. Poison is not removed when they evolve or devolve. That's terrible. They're just going to retreat. And the attack is awful too. Okay. So Viper comes through with a little bit. He's giggling this photo. Spit Poison, they poison you, and then 60 plus 120 if they're poison. So more poison archetypal strategies, but poison has never been very good in the TCG. It's very hard to pull off. We've got our Krogunk EX. This is Toxicroak. No? Yeah, this is Toxicroak. Yeah. Toxicroak EX. Nasty Plot. 2 cards, put them in your hand. Good attack. Toxic Ripper, 120, and they're poisoned to 6 instead of 1. I see where poison can be very good. I understand now. I think this is actually kind of hot. This card could be very, very strong. 160 value with double turbo. Dark Patch plus double turbo. Raihan plus double turbo. Could be really good. Yeah, no, this is cool. Toxic Ripper can be set up in one turn. Good card, I think. Pawniard. Vibin. Bisharp. Kingambit. Oh, it's not translated. I see. Let me refresh real quick and see if it's there. If it's not, that's disappointing. Oh, nope, no Kingambit. Okay. I think the Reveroom and the Kingambit have been translated on Twine's Twitter, so I'm going to go there real quick for you guys because I want to make sure I get a lot of these cards in transparency, and we're going to continue. Sorry about the little bit of a stoppage. Hey, no leaks. You guys better stop looking. Close your eyes until I tell you it's okay. I know Twine did translate these. Okay. Here we go. Open your eyes. King Gambit is ability leadership. Damage from your basic Pokemon's attacks deal 30 more damage to your opponent's active. For dark colorless, cleave 160. So nothing crazy on a stage 2. But I guess the ability could be really good if you can set it up or cheat it into play. Reveroom is one of the cards that I think is really cool. Reveroom is one of the new car Pokemon, stage 1. Once during your turn, you may discard 1 energy from your hand, and if you do, draw until you have 6 total. It's got to be an energy, which does help you accelerate, so it's like a Greninja on crack, Radiant Greninja, but it is a stage 1. So nothing crazy. Let's see if there is more translation. Nothing. We're going to ignore the birds. These birds probably aren't good anyway. We got Lechonk, a fan favorite, and we have the Oinkologne, which hasn't been translated either, but Twine's got it for us here. Oinkologne EX, the evolution of Lechonk for colorless. Frenzy Fragrance, 30 plus, or 10 plus 30 for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, which is a good checking card, which I think is very good. And then for 3 colors, Heavy Stomp, 210. So it's a big beater as well, so this card could actually see some play, I think. Not sold on it, but yeah. Palpad, Nest Ball, Rock Chestplate is 30 less for your Rock-type Pokemon, or fighting type Pokemon. And then we have EXP Share back in the format as a tool card. We have Defiant Band. It's one of the newer cards that I haven't looked at yet. If you have more prize cards left than your opponent, you do 30 more damage to the opponent's active. Very good card in a lot of situations. I think this is going to be very versatile. The problem is we don't really have any way to search tools out, so I have to see if we can actually use it properly. Now that it's not an item, you can't be fetching it with like Mew or stuff. Yeah. Then we have Jock Q, or it's just Jock, I think. Oops. 2 evolutions, put them into your hand. What is this one? Is this a Star Workers? I think Toyin also translated this one. Yeah, Team Star Grunts, choose an energy on top, attach to your opponent's active and put it on top of their deck. Good control card. Don't know where else is going to come into play. Research and then Penny are also here. We've already seen some of these cards. Return one of your basic and all cards attached to your hand. It's like an AZ on crack for basics. And then Beach Court is retreat of each basic Pokemon is colorless less. So it's a Skyra Bridge, but nerfed. So they're nerfing some of the cards. So now we're going to go into the Violet set. So we've seen Scarlet, now we're in Violet. Pineco and Heracross. Wait, for some reason I was about to say Pineco and Heracross evolve, and I was like, no, there's Fortress somewhere in here. These are both absolutely terrible. Strength 3 could be okay, but it's grass colorless. 10 plus 30 for each energy and retreat, opponent's retreat. But retreat has never been like 3 or 4 for meaningful cards a lot of the time. Scatterbug has adaptive evolution, a really cool ability that lets you evolve immediately. So Spupa also has it, so we're going to go Scatterbug into Spupa instantly. And what does Vivillon have? So you can go into Vivillon turn 1 if you need to. Miracle Powder 50. If heads, you just choose a special condition. Could be kind of spicy. And then go into Bug Buzz. Maybe it's good. Maybe you just play this with the Poison deck in the Croagunk deck. But Grass and Dark probably shouldn't go in the same deck. Tarantula. It's a spider guy. Nothing crazy, but we're about to see the biggest Nightmare Fuel GX of my life, dude. Or EX. I saw this guy in the game and I freaked out. This card cannot be real. I can't believe they made my biggest nightmare in the whole game into a card. Spidops EX. Trap Territory. Your opponent's active retreat is colorless more. Grass colorless 90 plus 30 for each energy in your opponent's active retreat cost. Hang Wire or Wire Hang. It's not very good, but it's terrifying. They shouldn't have printed this card. I don't like it. We got Toad's Cool. This guy's awesome. And we got another Toad School. Awesome. Toad's Cruel. Awesome. Almeda Tentacles 30. Choose an energy attach to your opponent's active. Move to one of their bench. Kind of cool. Kind of control-y. And then Triple Smash is terrible, but it's 3 coins. Capsicid is cute. He's got the attack Picante. And then we got Spice Up on the other one. Which is relevant because if you guys haven't played the game, he goes into Scovillion. Which is... It makes a lot of sense because it's the Scoville unit and he's a villain. For Spice, he's got Hot Bite. And then he got Super Hot Yeehaw. That better not be the American attack. That'd be crazy. 90 plus 90 for each fire if he has a fire attached. Could be good. but it is a stage 1 again, which makes it difficult to play. Growlithe has Stoke to power itself up early and easy, but the problem is 90 HP is nothing, so it's going to get knocked out very easily. And then you go into the Arcanine, which has Terrestrial again for the bench. Raging Claws, 30 plus 10 for each damage counter on it, and then Bright Flame, 250 and discard 2. It would work a lot better if Growlithe doesn't die immediately. Houndour, he's guarding the Pokemon Center. And then Houndoom is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Slowpoke is vibing. Slowbro, strange behavior. As often as you like, you may move a damage counter from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. That's interesting, actually. I don't know if that's good, because you can get this up to 90. You can just soak up 90. But I don't know where you would use that necessarily. But it's a cool card. I think the idea and the concept is good. Clauncher and Clawitzer are terrible. That's bad. It's so bad. He's so bad. Citadel is one of my new favorites also. This guy's cute. He's vibing. Both of these guys, both these Citadels. It evolves into Cititan, which is a stage 1 180 HP water type with 50 for 2 colorless. Decent. And then water double colorless 200 and minus 20 for each damage count on the Pokemon. So it gets progressively worse. And I think for that commitment, you never want to play a card like this. Like I said, guys, is the base set for Scarlet Violet. So you shouldn't expect the power level to be tremendously high. The base sets have never been really high. So yeah. Magnemite is vibing. Magneton is also here. Explosion, knock itself out. A classic explosion target. This and Electrode always usually get it. And then we have Magnezone EX, which we've already seen with Lightning or Energy Crush and Pulse Launcher, which are both decent and could see play. Pachirisu comes in with an ability. Electric Pouches, cannot be paralyzed. That's cute. Useless, but cute. Group Zap, 10 plus 20 for each bench Lightning Pokemon. That's such low damage. Just make the attack cost 1 Lightning Energy, and it's playable. Like, come on. It's not even good, but it's playable. Rotom has Junk Hunt. Rotom is Junk Hunt? Rotom is Junk Hunt, which is now back in the Pokemon TCG. Search your discard pile for an item card, reveal, and put it in your hand. It says item. Okay, it doesn't say trainer. That's still fine. Could control a very good control card. Thundershock 20, flip a coin if head's paralyzed. Well, you can't paralyze Pachirisu, buddy. Toxel, and then Toxicity. Really good in control. Tear off, choose 2 cards in your opponent's hand without looking. Look at the cards and they shuffle them. Oh, wait, no, shuffle them under the deck. Never mind, this is terrible for control. I hate this. You can't mill cards from your opponent's top of your opponent's deck, but you can tear them off, I guess, and then Thunder. This is not as good as I thought. Never mind, ignore that. Palmy, Palmat. Oh, no, it's all Palmy. Palmo, and Palmat are here. Palmat is the stage 2. 130 HP stage 2 is so weak. Charge up, switch deck for basic lightning attached to this Pokemon. So it's not any of your Pokemon. I think maybe if it was any of your Pokemon to be playable. Lightning Colorless, Electropaw 230. It's a good attack. It's a good ability, a decent ability, but it's a terrible HP cost. You're not, this guy's never surviving. Miraidon is going to be one of the boys. This guy's going to get 2 basic lightnings, and your turn does not end. So you can set up any lightning attackers very easily. Lightning Colorless Photon Blast 220 is very good as well. So Miraidon is very, very, very good. There's going to be very easily decks built around Miraidon immediately, especially given rotation is going to get rid of Quick Ball and stuff like that. So, yeah. This Drowsy is vibing in the desert. Force Asleep, switch into the active. Pendulum Manipulation on the Hypno. Choose one of your opponent's active attacks. Not very good. Shuppet comes in with Wrapped in the Shadows. Flip a coin. If heads, they can't play any item cards from their hand. And here is my boy. If you guys didn't know, I got 13th place in the world with Banette, actually. So I love this guy. He became a favorite Pokemon of mine very quickly. So Banette's back, and Banette's got Eternal Darkness, 250, 30. They can't play item cards. Now keep in mind, tools and stuff will go through this. Tools, Stadium, and supporters will. But item cards is good because you can still item lock your opponents. And then Poltergeist is 60 times each trainer card in their hand. So it could be really, really, really good. I feel like this card's going to be really, really, really good. Dark type weakness sucks, but this card's going to be good. I feel like this card's going to be insane. I'm cooking. I'm cooking with this boy for sure. Flabebe, Floette, and Florges. As long as it's in play, you have no weakness. And then Moonforce is 120, reduced by 30. Which is, I mean, Bloom Garden's pretty decent, because maybe, like, it's worth it to play this card in a deck like Miraidon or something where you just make sure you have no weakness, and you can just do whatever you want. Klefki has Prank Lock. You guys should stop giving Klefki abilities. This is just, who likes Klefki this much? Prank Lock, as long as you're active, each player's basic in play have no other abilities, and then Prank Lock, and then 10 before doing damage, discard a tool. So it has to be an active, but, like, it's got 70 HP and it doesn't do damage. So, like, I guess, like, a hit-and-run strategy would be really good with Prank Lock, but that's about it. Grievard has Graveyard Frolic, 10 for each psychic in your discard. Hey, that's, like, Be Revenge on Light Mode. And then we have Houndstone, which has, not this one. This one is the stage Oh, this is all basic, yeah. Support a card there and put it to your bottom of your deck. So it's Control, actually. And then Psychic Fangs. And then Grievard has Psychic Visit 80 plus 10 times Psychic Pokemon in discard. So it's got Vengeance, Be Revenge. You guys know the drill. If you were an OG, you know that I'm a Vespiquen player time and time again. If you watch Joe Bernard's top 10 video, you know that I'm a Vespiquen player through and through again. Mankey, to itself, damage to itself. Again, damage to itself. And then there's a stage 2 for Mankey now. It's Annihilate. Annihilate is Enraged Fist, 70 for each prize card taken by your opponent. Good counterplay, but stage 2. And then Dynamic Punch, 170 and then 50 to itself. Good damage, but again, stage 2. Whoa. Spiritomb, choose one of your opponent's bench, which is active, but Destructive Verdict. If both coins are heads, your opponent's active is knocked out. You have Glimwood Tangle to facilitate the strategy, but 2 Dark is hard to pull off. Maybe Dark Patches and play this in like a Weezing build, kind of like come back and finish the game. I don't know. Mass Chiff, 2 Mass Chiffs just chilling. And then we have a Mass Boss Stiff. Enraged Howlings, you may switch your opponent's active with one of their bench. Once during your turn, they choose, which is not nearly as good. Jesus, that's a terrifying dog. But I think this is way worse than it looks. A Bombardier is 3 tool cards, put them in your hand. So that's a way to get tools. Bombardier, but it's an attack for the turn, which is kind of bad. Clutch 60. Hey, there's a Fortress. Flip coin until you get tails, 50 times the number of heads. Okay. High rolly. And then 90 reduced by 90. Still bad. These are both bad. Iron Treads is also terrible. It's a copy pasta of the old Registeel EX, but worse somehow. So Chansey is there. Blissey has Nurse on Duty, remove all special conditions from your active, a counter to the Toxicroak strategy that's implemented here, and then Blissful Cyclone, 150 Movable Energy to one of your bench Pokemon. Could be a good attacker in a pinch, but I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't rely on it. What? Squovit's got an ability? This guy's just eaten. Squovit's got Hidey Hole. Once you're returning, you shuffle your hand and return the cards to the bottom of your deck without looking at them, and then draw a card. Okay. Don't know what that's going to be used for, but okay. Thank you. Enhanced Fang is 80 plus 80 for if you have a tool attached. This guy's just stealing fruit. Someone's got to teach him a lesson. But that's it. This guy's just stealing fruit. Indeedee is Raise Well, so your deck for cards evolves from your plate and evolve it this turn. Raise Well could be good in a setup deck, like a stage 2, like Gardevoir was really had the DNC that evolved it in 2017. So Indeedee could be played in Gardevoir to evolve your Ralts up immediately to a Curlia. And then you can rare candy the rest, which is cheeky. We have Tandemaus. It's goofy looking mice. They're so goofy. They're like cartoon mice. And then we have Mousehold, which is the stage 1, and they have a family now. Family attacks, 70 for each Mousehold in play. It doesn't say Tandemaus or Mousehold, which makes it significantly worse because you have to have 4 Mousehold to even do relevant damage, I think. So Squawkabilly has Call for Family, and then Fly, nothing crazy. And Cyclozar looks like our last Pokemon, our Cyclozar. Tooling, draw 2 cards, and then Speed Attack. So we've already seen Electricity Generator, Ultra Ball, and the Picnic Basket is heal 30 from all Pokemon in play. They've nerfed Fresh Water Set. There's no way you nerf Fresh Water Set like this, man. You power crept it. No. Rare Candy exists. Rocky Helmet exists. Rocky Helmet's back. Cool. Kaede is shuffle your... Oh, using this ends your turn. I see. Shuffle your hand and draw 8. Very good. Unfortunately, Judge isn't format. Professor's Research, draw 7. Arvin, we've already seen this. Get an item and a tool. Help you set up. Mimosa, that's our nurse. Choose up to 5 Pokemon in your discard pile, reveal them, shuffle them into your deck, and then draw 3. I love these draw 3 effects, and I think this card's absolutely insane, because it's the Sacred Ash plus draw 3, so you can always recycle some cards you really, really need, and then draw 3 on top of that, because Sacred Ash was already good enough by recycling 5, but that was an item, but now you also get the draw 3 effect. And then Mesa goes to City, which is once during each player's turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, search the deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, put it in their hand. If tails, nothing. It doesn't say if tails anything. So there's some promos here as well that I don't think have been translated, but it is what it is. That is the early Scarlet Violet base cards that we'll be getting. Nothing really crazy to write home about. The power level is very low. I think cards like Banette, Miraidon are very interesting, and Mimosa, obviously, in the Gardevoir. But overall, the power level is very low in the base set. So if you guys enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. I'll be doing more reviews. And you guys already know, whenever I get some Scarlet and Violet, I'll be opening it on the channel. So check that out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I'll be seeing you guys later. And thank you for supporting me.